Right, a very good evening to you all. I hope we're all good. Thursday, the 13th July 2023. We're here to take a look at the weather for Kent and South East England for the next 3 days, focusing especially on Saturday because there's going to be a bit of a blow. Right, the Met Office have issued a weather warning for this. It's valid between the hours of 9 o'clock on Saturday morning and midnight, and they're talking about a very windy day. So gusts widely 40 miles an hour and locally up to 50 to 55 miles an hour during the daytime. So this is something we need to be aware of. Now, if it was winter, it would be a normal blowy day, but it's summer, it's the daytime, it's tourist season, and leaves are on the trees. So the impacts are obviously a bit more significant than what they would be on a blowy night in January. So the reason for it is that we have a relatively deep area of low pressure for the time of year moving in from the Atlantic on that jet stream that we spoke about in the forecast yesterday. So this is the situation at noon tomorrow. See how this little area of low pressure moving in from the southwest approaches starts to bring some fronts. So tomorrow we will be seeing some rain, but by Saturday that's when the real wind starts to whip up. So by then, that low pressure, it's not moved very far. It's moved by then to probably somewhere like Central Ireland, but to the south of that low pressure, this is where the strongest winds are going to be on the southern flank. By Sunday, that area of low pressure is moved out the way to the north of Scotland, heading out into the North Sea. Breezes by then coming in from the west or the southwest, lighter, but still a moderate to fresh breeze on Sunday. So Saturday is the real blowy day. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some of these gusts, and I'm going to focus just on Saturday, and I'm going to use the icon. So these gusts are in miles an hour, and these are your maximum gusts. So when we wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, or if you're a photographer like me, 5 o'clock, at that stage, gusts generally around about 20 to 25 miles an hour are generally just typical early morning breeze. But just notice already down towards the Isle of Wight at 7 in the morning, some of those gusts are already pepping up to around about 40 miles an hour. Now I'm going to move this through. So this is by 8 o'clock. Notice how by then there's a few little sort of mustardy colours starting to appear on the charts. And if you follow your eye to the key to the right hand side, you'll see over there that that key is suggesting gusts by that stage around about 30 to 35 miles an hour. This is at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning. Now, by 9 o'clock, this is the time that the warning from the Met Office starts to come into force. It's not windy everywhere, certainly at 9 o'clock, but by that stage, down towards the south coast, the Isle of Wight, breezes will be gusting up to around about 40, 45 miles an hour. Now, we're going to fast forward this through the morning. So this is 10 o'clock, this is 11 o'clock, and this is by noon. So definitely by noon, looking at those colours, the wind has increased. 40, 45 mile an hour gusts, widely. Quite usual for gusts to be of this realm around the coast, but on this occasion, there seems to be quite a significant impact inland as well. And I can understand why the Met Office have put warnings out for this. It is an inland event as well as a coastal event. By 1 o'clock in the afternoon, see how those breezes now, there's some red starting to appear in that. So you're looking at 50, 55 miles an hour. Now, what is a little bit concerning, and I don't know if Icon have overplayed some of these gusts, but throughout the course of the afternoon, 50, 55 mile an hour gusts are quite widespread. But this little thing here, 1700 hours on Saturday, if you look at the cursor, it's picking up gusts of 65, 66, 67 miles an hour. Now, I don't want to be forecasting that. I'm not in the game of scaremongering, but when you do see charts like this, it's just something you just need to be just aware of. And then if I just move this forward through to sort of, I'm just going to try and move that forward. I don't think it's going to let me. But as we move towards the evening, those gusts, they do eventually start to clear away towards the east coast, so that by midnight the breezes have gone. So it's, the way it's looking is the strongest of these gusts are likely to be occurring during the afternoon and the early evening, peaking maybe around about 6, 7 o'clock before transferring eastwards and clearing out the way. So that is the wind, southwesterly winds, very blowy indeed. Right, we've spoken about the wind, we've looked at that low pressure area. Now we're going to have a look at what's falling from the sky, and we're going to look at Friday, because tomorrow is the day when things start to go downhill. So by the time we've woken up tomorrow morning, the cloud will already be increasing to the southwest of us. And throughout the course of the morning, that cloud will be increasing, and there will be a spell of rain or drizzle for most of us throughout daylight hours tomorrow. Towards the evening, those breezes, they pick up a little bit, but the rain does become slightly more intense. But that should clear out the way by about 8 or 9 o'clock tomorrow evening, and then we have that lull. Friday night into Saturday is dry, but then by Saturday morning, the low pressure starting to move across Ireland starts to bring the wraparound of the next weather system with the frontal rain. And so by Saturday morning, not only will we be bringing in the increase in breeze, rain will be falling across the southeast. So a thoroughly miserable morning. And then after that rain clears out the way, the skies will clear, the sunshine will come out. That's when the sunshine comes out, but that's when the wind will start to increase. So yeah, as soon as that sun comes out on Saturday, just think, right, okay, that's part of the story. The wind will be increasing thereafter. And then, as I've mentioned, the peak of these winds around about 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the evening before they very gradually ease out of the way by midnight. And so that by the time we get to Sunday, we start on a dry note, a fine note, far less breezy, a moderate westerly or southwesterly breeze blowing through. And Sunday should be a mainly dry, a quieter day with sunny skies and just a few isolated showers. So temperatures this weekend, no great shakes, peaking at around about 21 degrees tomorrow. I would have thought around about 20, 21 degrees on Saturday. By the time we get these cooler westerly breezes on Sunday, temperatures struggling around about 19 degrees. So really, that is it in summary. A very windy day on Saturday. Just take care, really, especially if you're in the beaches or you're in those hills, because it will be unseasonably windy. I'll be back again probably on Sunday evening with the week ahead forecast, unless obviously something changes and it calls me to give you another update. But that's the way it's looking at the moment. I'm going to get off now. I'll let you all get back to your evenings. But in the meantime, have a great day. Have a nice weekend. And ciao for now.